Language models are a critical component of natural language processing, enabling machines to understand and generate human-like text. Now, transformer-based models have revolutionized NLP with the transformer trio, that is encoder only, decoder only, and encoder-decoder architecture. So today we will understand what these three transformer-based architectures are. So let's start with the encoder-only large language model. Now this encoder-only large language models are a type of machine learning model designed specifically to process and understand natural language text. And these models use a encoder component, which is a transformer-based module, to convert input text into a dense numerical representation. And this representation is then used for various natural language processing tasks such as classification and text generation. So think of an encoder only model as a text summarizer. You provide the model with a large article and it generates a concise summary of the text. Now this encoder only model works in a similar way, but it takes the input text and encodes it into a dense numerical representation. And these representations can be used for various NLP tasks such as summarizing text or categorizing article. Now this example of encoder only large language model is BERT, or the bidirectional encoder representations from transformers. Now this BERT process the input text using transformer based encoder, convert it into a dense representation and produce embeddings or a set of numbers representing the input text. And these embeddings can be used for various natural language processing tasks. Now in this BERT example, the encoder takes the input text, convert it to the dense representation and produce embeddings. Now this encoder only large language models are a powerful and versatile tool for natural language processing tasks, and their ability to encode input text effectively makes them suitable for wide range of applications. Next comes decoder only large language models. Now this decoder only large language models are another type of machine learning model which is specifically designed for processing natural language text, and these models have an architecture that focuses only on decoding or generating text, which makes them efficient and effective at producing human-like text. Think of it like a language generator. You give the model a prompt and it generates a coherent response. Now this decoder only large language model works in a similar way, but it takes a sequence of words or a prompt and generate a sequence of outputs or the generated text. Now this example of decoder only large language model is GPT, or the generative pre-trained transformer family, which includes a GPT 2, 3 and 4. And these models process the input prompt using a transformer based decoder which generates the output text. So the decoder will take input and produce a sequence of words or sentences, which makes them suitable for various natural language processing tasks such as language translation, summarization and text generation. So in this GPT example, the decoder receives the input prompt, process it and generate a coherent response. And these models are powerful and versatile tools for natural language processing tasks, and their ability to generate high quality text makes them popular in various applications. Next comes this encoder decoder large language model. Now this encoder decoder large language model are a class of machine learning models which is designed to process and understand natural language text. They use both encoder and decoder component to process input and generate output, which makes them efficient and effective at various natural language processing tasks. So think of it like a translator that translates text from one language to another. Now this encoder decoder model will receive text in one language, say English, encode it into the dense representation and then pass it to the decoder. Now then decoder will generate the translated text in another language, say Spanish. So this example of an encoder decoder large language model is transformer architecture, because transformer uses both encoder and decoder and each consists of multiple transformer layers where the encoder will process the input text and the decoder will generate the coherent or the corresponding output. So in this transformer example, the encoder takes the input text, convert it to the dense representation, pass it to the decoder, then decoder will process this representation, generate the output text. So this encoder decoder language models are a powerful and versatile tool for natural language processing tasks such as language translation, summarization and text generation. Thank you.